For a second there I thought she was going to roll over. That's also something that they do. Other lioness rolled over a bit earlier. Remember, before you went to the elephants, her feet was pointing in the other direction from the lioness in the foreground. But especially when the bellies are full like this, yeah, she might roll at any second. Oh, stretch as well. That's also a small but an interesting sign. With the bellies being so full, it's good for them to roll over every now and again, just to sort of mix it up a bit if you want, and just essentially to aid the digestive process, get the blood circulation change around a little bit. Look at that. Toes nice and stretched all the way to the tip. Back with us. We've still got a bit of a different angle for you in these lionesses, just a little bit of an awkward working space, but fantastic view. They're absolutely not bothered by us. They haven't even once blinked or opened their eyes. They look like they might be sleeping like this for the next day. But we've got time. Luckily some very, very interesting activity around the waterhole as well, so awesome afternoon so far. Try and get you a bit closer to that lioness. Like I said, it is a very, very tricky. You're literally sort of hanging around while doing it, so it might be a bit shaky, but let's try and get you closer to that one lioness. It's one very, very sleepy and relaxed lion. You've spent a bit of time around this waterhole today, Alex.
Right.
You've spent some hours around this waterhole today.
Yeah, I have. It's been all very enjoyable, and time just flies by.
So for those of you that maybe only joined us, maybe just in the last few minutes, or maybe only for the afternoon drive, there's two beautiful lionesses here, very sleepy, full bellies, right here next to Treehouse Dam. Also the same lionesses that Marco and Alex had this morning on their drive. They had a spectacular time with. First just seeing them obviously, but then on a second return when they came back to them, some buffalo that came down to drink. Seesaw was amongst them. One of our bulls that we know quite well. One of the friends, if you want, of the judge that you saw around the pan earlier. And then also these lionesses were interested and even stalked a little bit towards some zebra that were heading for a drink. But then the zebra's instincts and awareness and senses, all of it combined, made them turn away and leave eventually. So it was quite a morning, and then this afternoon we started off here. Also quite nice, the vehicle movements of the game drives has enabled us to stay with them the whole afternoon. They haven't been doing that much. Both of them walked a little bit earlier when we sort of in the earlier part of the drive, and then they flopped themselves down, found the spot, and they've been sleeping since. Rolling again, now and again rolling over and just belly up like this at the moment. some nice lazy behavior. And of course also just giving a slightly different view than usual. Because they're so relaxed, we can manage to get relatively close to them. Absolutely, totally dead to the world almost. Very, very deep sleep, both these lionesses. Maybe we should go back to the waterhole quickly. We're going to just get the camera up and we'll see, maybe we give you a bit of a different angle on this and stick with these lionesses a bit more. See you back here just now. From a very action-packed afternoon, it's sort of lazed into a nice lazy late afternoon now. These lionesses still sleeping. You can see they're almost exact mirror images of each other. Interesting if you look at the head positions. Both of them have got their heads sort of tilted beyond horizontal, sleeping slightly upside down. Listen to them a bit more. See if maybe there's some movement. Practice our patience skills. Also just another interesting thing again, looking at this lioness. And this is actually on hindsight now, having seen both of them moving and so on. This is the one that came out second, and she is, I would almost put my head on a block, I think is the polite expression. I would take a big gamble that she's definitely lactating. If you look at the belly area there, Alex, I'll try and put a bit of light on it just for this. I don't want to keep the spotlights on them for long, but if you look at that, now look at the swollenness. Now there's not much sign of milk there, even though you can see slight swelling. Keep in mind she's also very full at the moment. The belly is literally expanded. Those teats are certainly doing something more than being decorative at the moment. I think something has certainly been suckling. And maybe they're just tiny cubs still, so she'll start producing more milk now that she's actually started lactating. But that's speculating, but I would be amazed if that's not the case. So yet again, the promise of maybe another extra chapter or interesting part of the story. Like I said, we don't want to keep the lights on them for too long. We'll do what we can with a natural light. Of course, these lionesses are very used to spotlights. As you can see, putting it on them doesn't really bother them. But just as a principle or as a ethos almost, we have the ability to look at them without having big bright lights on them. So of course, if we can be more polite, why not? Stick with us a few more minutes. We're going to watch them literally another minute or two, and if they still haven't moved, we're going to move a bit and just go and stretch our legs quickly, and we'll change and come back with infrared lights. They look like they've been positioned like that. I think maybe we should go now. Just we're going to need a little bit of time. It takes a while to change the infrared, and we also need to very quick stretch and jump off the vehicle. And I don't think they're going to go anywhere in the next 10 minutes, so at least we'll have a bit of time to get that done. Hopefully when we get back here, there might be back here there might be some more activity from them. So we're going to see you soon. We're going to head off and look at that.